should be discussed. No? Then we
So,
will be able to understand.
Shrikant, I think you did not hear me clearly. The lines that I said was you don't need to have prior knowledge of GA 1, 2, and 3 to attend this session. It is a mini project.
Okay.
All
Okay.
right.
It is not required. Okay.
Yes.
That is not a prerequisite. Okay, fine.
Yes.
Then it is okay.
That's it. Okay. I'm not teaching you everything. I'm teaching you whatever things you have learned from GA 1 to 3. How are we going to be using it to, let's say, help us? Let's say, how are we going to use those tools efficiently to build this project? Okay. So unlike other projects and unlike other projects in diploma, right? Let's say MAD 1, MAD 2, ML2. And in TDS gives us the freedom to, let's say, create APIs and use tools at our own, like let's say in our own convenience, right? So we can create endpoints that can, like, let's say, we can divide things into chunks, right? So in this case as well, we will be making an AI weather report summarizer, but for that we need to, like, let's say, define a workflow for it. So if anyone has worked with such problem statement, what do you think would be the workflow, guys?
What workflow?
Workflow or a mind map? Is there any? Can you guys think of anything? Let's say, just 1 second. Yes, Sudhir Nehra. Yes, Sudhir Nehra. Please open your mic and speak. Please open your mics and you can.
Sir, am I audible, sir?
Yes, you're audible.
Okay. Sir, this is unrelated to the what you are teaching, but sir, I have a problem. My all the scores in the graded assignment have disappeared. Means there was I have completed some questions and it was showing some score and it's zero now.
Yeah, the same thing happening with me, sir. Wherever there has to be a ping, whenever we are doing a check all and save all, everything is going away, and my current score is showing as 0, sir.
Same thing happening with me. Same thing happening with me. I have highlighted.
I can tell this.
Just no. Let
I'm
me.
sorry to
This is happening, and due to this, all the course study has been disturbed.
Guys, please,
Please.
let's not turn this session into a fish market. Please be, like, let's say, just post this on Discourse and
Already posted.
already posted now. If you
Already sent to
Okay,
Carlton sir also. Carlton sir forwarded to the Anand sir also. But today is the deadline. This is the problem.
You do not have to worry about it if you haven't made a mistake from your end. Okay.
Okay.
I am not able to do anything because the work.
I will ask for the remote, like, host as well, because I'm not able to proceed with my session if all of you are speaking like this. I'm really sorry.
That is okay.
Yes.
We are also sorry for that, no? Because due to this region, this graded assignment is be giving so much disturbance, so we are not able to understand other new things. This is the reason.
Excuse me, Shrikant, but
This is the reason. This is the reason, no? Because you will finish your job.
Sir, basically, see what is happening is we completed the assignment, and then say maybe we are relogging it and try to save one more because we have completed one more.
It is 0.
It's all going because I completed the entire assignment. Now it is showing as 0.
Either it should be extended the date, or another way we have to do. But
like I can help on this. Basically, like when you are submitting the GA2, like basically in the GA2 you have to host multiple servers, so please take according, because if you once close that server and you check all, like if you reload it and check all, then it will be vanished. Same problem happened with Vim also, but I managed that in that way.
We are not able to manage. See, basically we cannot do it in a one go, right? We keep on coming back and doing this, right? And once we have completed one, saved one, got a score, and second second time again we are coming and doing a second question, the previous one is going because it has to ping and
No, sir.
it did not get.
Actually, I just told you that whenever you do this, just make that a server, that the HTTPS server active, and then do it. Then the score will be available.
Yeah.
Just
So
because
no,
you are
it is not
closing it and
possible.
doing.
So we are not that competent, right? I mean, see, we are completing one question and then we are forgetting about it. Then we are picking up the next one. The previous one is going, and we cannot keep on going back and keep checking all the HTTP servers and everything because we are not that
Yeah.
proficient with it.
So that was one way I have told you, but I don't know anything about
Sir
it.
must
It's
have
a
See,
way.
once a question has been recorded as correct, it should remain there, right? And I'm struggling it for last 2 days, and every time the score is vanishing.
Same as sir must have informed at least this. I wasted my whole time. My test is there, so many AWS, and I have to do this and that. Why should I
Yeah.
like?
And the thing
Sir,
is, even after deployment, as Shubham has told, I did deploy the Versal thing, but even after deployment, the thing is showing it's already built and all. So there is a lot of problems. Like you'll have to scratch everything from the beginning and do it everything from the beginning as well. So it does take a lot of time extra.
See, right now also, I again trying to I was trying to redo. Somehow I could manage to get a score of 4. Then again, when I saved the next one, it uploaded the score as 0.75. That means everything is gone now again. So it is a second or third attempt that I'm trying to do, and every time we cannot go back to the previous question and restart the server, ping and all those stuff, right?
Yeah, I understand, but I think we should put it up on discourse.
I have, but there is no response to it. No, I wrote twice or thrice maybe.
I guess we can discuss this after the session, the live session. I mean, after this thing is done. I mean,
Okay, sure. Thank you.
yeah, possibly do. Yes, sir.
let us proceed now because we cannot disturb so much, but our problem should be resolved. Otherwise,
This was not that big of a problem in GA1. GA1 was still somehow
no,
okay because there was nothing.
not okay. GA1, I faced the same thing.
Oh, okay, okay.
Can we wait
And
till after the session, please, and respect the time of people who are there on the call? Thank you.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, that's why I told, no, because we start the session, but that should be kept in mind also because this
Okay,
is
okay.
disturbing all the things.
Let's
Okay.
proceed with them.
Okay, let us proceed.
Just 1 second, I'm not able to use my headphones. Just 1 second.
Okay, sir, please start. We have discussed it, but just keep in our problems after the session. Okay, let us start and finish our job today. Then we will discuss later on. And please convey our problems to uh, the concerned person so that we can resolve. Okay, please.
All right, I guess we're finally done, right? Discussing and all of the stuff. So let me just start sharing my screen and just 1 second. So let's see how much you've learned from the GAs. All right, so today what we'll be going to do is we'll be building a project that is an AI weather report summarizer. Right, so over here we'll not be building this like let's say how you do MAD1, MAD2, all of those projects, right? We will be using tools, we will be using AI tools, we will be using GPT, and we will be using all of them to help us fasten our workflow and let's say how to use them and orchestrate things from one thing to another. So over here, what I want is first of all, at the end of the day, this is a course that teaches you how to use tools. All right. So before you start using tools, what is your mindset, right? Let's say you want to build a table, right? Before you do that, what do you need? You need some wood, right? And on top of that, what do you need? You need nails, and then you need some hammers and all of that, right? So What are these? These are basically tools, right? Think of these tools as, let's say, in our scenario, let's think of it as one is like, let's say, VS Code, right? Where we actually work. The second is, let's say, Chat GPT or any other AI tool, or let's say an LLM, right? And what else, right? So in this, what do you think? What tools will be needed? What external tools will be needed? What APIs will be needed for us to build this entire project? Anyone? Now I want you guys to speak because I think a lot of you guys were speaking just a few minutes ago.
What question? What question? Yeah, what question you asked exactly?
What external APIs or tools might we need to, let's say, execute this project?
We need a server to host the thing.
The server to host the thing. That's like, that's it. That's at the end, right? Before you, that's for deployment, right? But for developing, what do you think that? What are the things that
Some integrating a skill. Some integrating a skill is required to coordinate all the things to make it happen.
I think first thing what happens is, like, I'm a user, right? And I want to know the weather of some, let's say, location, right? I'll
Yeah.
pass in the location, right? I'll pass in the location. I'll send the location as a post request to some API that is hosted, right?
Yeah.
Is that correct or not?
Correct.
Right? And from there, like, let's say it will come to the server. It will come to the server. It has the location, right? It has the location now. And will my server have the entire data of the location? No, right? I'm just,
No,
I
it
won't
will
have
not.
anything. I don't have anything, right? But what I need to do is I need to send this location, and I must have, let's say, an external API key for, let's say, a weather maps. Right now we have something called weather maps. Okay, weather maps. This is an external API key. All right. What is an external API key, guys?
External API key, we may say that
API key only. It's API key only of the different website.
With different website. An example of it would be like, let's say, Google login, right? Google login, Google auth, Google OAuth, right? Do you think every company builds like login, sign up, everything from scratch?
No, every company is not building everything from scratch. They use APIs.
They use APIs, exactly. And one of them is login and sign up, right? And the other is Twilio for. What is Twilio used for? If anyone,
SMS.
SMS for OTPs.
Yeah.
Right? You don't have like a company building everything on their server, everything. You just have external APIs, get subscriptions, get the work done. As easy as that, right? So this is also, let's say, a company, an external API that we are hitting, and this should be free, right? For our use case, we are using only free weather maps, okay? And these are just examples to make you guys understand where we are using external APIs, even indirectly. All right. Now from here we will get something, right? Like, let's say I enter the location as Delhi, right? And now I'm getting over here with my server response as, let's say, it's humidity is like, let's say, some percent, right? XX%, and the temperature is, let's say, YY question mark, right? Now from here on onwards, this too is passed. Now let's say I want to summarize this entire thing, right? I want an LLM over here, an LLM, right? So for today, I will show you guys how to use Gemini, right? And we can use AI proxy as well, but since AI proxy, since Gemini is available to everyone, this is why I'll be using the Gemini API today. All right. I hope you guys know that we can use AI proxy as well, but I think that's covered in other sessions. So I want to cover something that's not done. All right. And I want to return this response, whatever response is received, to our user. Got it? Did everyone get the workflow of the project? Come on, guys! I want you guys to speak. You guys were like made a fish market out of the session just a few minutes ago. I want you guys input right now because I see that you guys are a lot dedicated in your GAs. So I want the dedication to be shown in this project as well, since it's based off whatever you have learned.
What do you want to know, like exactly?
Is that thinking process clear or not? Is there something you want to add on to this?
What is proxy type of things were connected with the weather maps to LLM?
Proxy?
It will know it is connected to the proxy.
AI proxy? No, sorry, AI pipe. AI pipe. It's just an AI pipe.
What is this AI pipe exactly?
If Mr. Shrikant, you go to this website, aipipe.org, I think this is the correct one, right? And log in over here with your student ID. You will get the API key, and you can use models like GPT-5 on it. And you have, let's say, a token limit every month, but that will be helpful for you to build your projects. That's it.
Okay.
All right. So you can use that. So that's what AI pipe is. But instead of that, we'll be using Gemini because it's accessible for everyone. And the AI pipe is for mostly IITM for us students. All right.
Okay, but it has been provided by the IITM.
It's provided by IITM. Don't worry. It's
Okay.
provided by IITM. All right. So I hope the thinking process is clear.
Yeah. Okay.
Sir, if you can just explain the flow once more in brief, maybe one liner.
The user sends, let's say, the location, right, as a post request.
Okay.
As soon as it gets to the server, it hits an external API with the location, right, to weather maps. And weather maps sends you the humidity, temperature, whatever the weather is, and it passes it to an LLM, and the LLM generates a summarized response regarding it and shows it to the user.
Can you just help us understand how the weather AI report should look like a table or something? What is the final output expected?
That will decide as soon as the session processes are. Okay.
Sir, what is the role of LLM here?
It's summarizing the entire thing. It's summarizing the weather. That's it.
No, we give a location. What it summarizes for that location? What are all the things it should summarize?
Yeah, for now we're just taking humidity and temperature, but as we go on, we will know because this is something I'll be like, let's say, teaching you, and like we'll be finding out things while we are building the project.
Okay, and the second question: what is the role of LLM?
It is summarizing the entire response.
To summarize, why it should be sent to LLM? Why the user app cannot do that?
How will you do it?
No, we send the location.
Yes, how will
The
we do
weather
it?
map gives this information.
Yes, how will we do it how will we summarize the report without using the LLM?
No, that's why I requested you to give a small table or what is the kind of expected output. What do you mean by summarizing AI weather report? Summary. AI weather report summary. How should it look like?
Yeah. Also, the basic.
If we know that, then the user can do it, right?
Let's just do one thing. This is the workflow right now. I'll start sharing my screen from my laptop, and let's start figuring things out on our own. Okay?
Because this we have done during MAD1 project. We have done summaries, right?
Okay, this is not your MAD1 project. Okay, so
yeah, this is not. That's the question because we have done only that. Then we are introducing LLM.
Okay.
Then what is the role of LLM needs to be understood.
Okay. So what have you used LLMs for up till now? Have you used LLMs for anything?
No.
No. Right. So let's just create a repo right now. Right. And
And where are we creating this repo in?
This, what do you mean by this repo?
No, I mean, I understand repos are created in GitHub or something like that, or is it in your directory, local directory or something?
This is being done in my local machine for now. We are not moving on to those things right now. We are just discussing the workflow right now. Okay, so right now, just let me just open my VS Code and let's start. Okay, let's start some things. Let's just create a workflow for now. Okay, so who is the one who asked me what is the work of LLMs in this, right? Okay. Why? Okay. I just want to know who was the one who asked again. I want. Who was it? Was it Bipul or was it Karthikeyan?
Yeah,
Actually,
both of us asked this.
Right. All right. So the thing is, all I know right now is I am a user. I am a user, and I want to know the weather of Delhi. All right. This is all I know. Is this fine?
Yeah.
This is all I know. But I face this problem every day. So what I want to do is I want to create a AI weather report summarizer. Got it? I haven't done this project myself as well. That's why I am not able to answer all of the questions that you have asked. Like, let's say, what is the output that we are getting from weather maps? Right? I've never used that API right now. Is that fine? Does that help your answer a bit? Because I myself don't know the answer yet. But what is my goal? My goal is to provide you that answer by the end of the session at least. Is that fine?
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So what I want to do next is I want to know the weather of Delhi, but I'm so fed up that I want to create a weather report summarizer. Right? So the first thing I might do is, right, I might just Google it, right? But Googling nowadays has become, let's say, obsolete, right? Why can I not just use GPT, right? I want to create an AI weather report summarizer, or let's say just we can just prompt it to say, like, let's say create an AI weather app summarizer, a report summarizer for me, right?
सर ये API भी बना देगा क्या
ये सब बना देगा, but the thing is this efficient? What I want to ask you guys is this an efficient way of building projects?
Not at all.
Not at all, right? Not at all. This is not efficient. I will be using GPT. I will be using Claude. I'll be using all the tools that are taught, right? But I want to teach you guys that in a way that is efficient. This is not efficient at all. It will use everything. It will use APIs that are, like, let's say, the most suitable for its own use case. See, it is using OpenMeteor API as its like primary source, and let's say what all, right? It's using a lot of things. It might be a really good script as well, and I don't know why, for what reason it has implemented caching. I have no idea what this code is. I have no control over whatever this code is. Yes, Aviran?
Yeah, just one question. Like, you know that ChatGPT and all are censored, right?
In this?
Yeah, like ChatGPT and all mostly LLMs are censored, if you know that.
What do you
Like
mean?
like we cannot do any kind of hacking, or if we ask like create a bot so that I can increase this or what these followers or like this and that, something like. So ChatGPT.
What is
Yeah.
the use case of it in this context? What is the like use
Yeah.
case in this context?
So let's suppose I want to increase what do you say, Instagram followers or anything, like let's suppose like this, for example. Okay. So I want bot for that. Okay. But this for bot is a Python script only, but the ChatGPT and all, they will not create a bot for me. So this kind of work ChatGPT will not create for me. So can I create uncensored type of application using this LLM API?
Let the what the session is going. Let's continue with this.
Yeah,
I don't know why the
how this is related to weather forecast. I
Like
don't understand.
LLM only, because
and what is going. I don't know what is.
I think you should ask GPT that question.
Okay.
Yeah. So I have no control over this code, right? I don't understand whatever code that this has generated. I can copy this, paste it in my VS Code, and maybe get something, but do I know anything
No,
about?
we can ask.
We can ask obviously, but do you know like what are the
We
external
can
APIs?
ask the GPT to explain. No, it will
You can
help.
ask GPT, right? But do you have control over your code right now?
No, after
No.
reading it, you will see how
After reading it,
efficient. How we see. We are all beginners, but the person who is going to do this, he is a well-versed guy. Means he should be a professional. Being a professional,
just a second, Karthik.
having the code and what the code does, he should be able to judge, right?
Karthik, I am just asking you, just with one line of prompt, with just this much, are you having any control over your code that you have generated?
No, not at all.
Not at all, right? So the thing
No,
is,
that is judgment. How see that judgment we can come.
the thing is, I'm
Being a
not able to use
professional,
this because
see
I
what is the code,
for it.
what the code does, then only we can come to that conclusion, right? This is what my experience says.
Yes. So
Because for me, writing this GPT is giving, for me it's more efficient.
because Karthik,
It's more efficient.
because you don't have the knowledge for that, right? We are building that knowledge.
No. As a beginner, yes. As a beginner, yes.
So what we want to
As a professional, this is most efficient because I have the code. I know what the code does because the GPT is going to tell. And being a professional, I can judge whether this code is efficient or not, or small changes, what small changes I need to do. I can do it.
just a
After
second.
reading the code we can do only ना.
I
After जब हमें code समझ में आएगा तभी तो कुछ changes कर पाएंगे.
Yeah, the GPT is going to tell what the code is going to do. Yeah, it's going to give you a complete summary. It's not just code. When we are going to ask what
let me
it does,
rejoin the
it's
meeting
going
so
to
I can
explain.
mute you. Okay, just let me rejoin the meeting.
I'm worried about the project. I don't know how to complete by 17.
I'm worried about J2, bhai.
Yeah,
J2.
we are wearing about GA2 today. Kya?
GA2 as of now, my score is.
All right. So just please don't make me guys mute you again and again, right? So what my point was of saying is, which Karthik misunderstood, was is this prompt generating me a good script? Yes, I don't know. To answer that question, yes, I don't know. What was the motive that I discussed on? I want to use a free external API, right? External API to get the weather data, and I want to use Gemini for it, right? And I have already discussed the workflow. The workflow was simple. The user sends a post request with his location onto the server, right? And from there, the server will hit an external API, weather maps or weather APIs. I have open weather maps, I guess it is, right? And from there, we will get some data, right? I don't know what the format of that data is. I have to ask that to GPT again, right? Or I can see the documentation for weather maps. And whatever data is generated, I want that to be passed to an LLM or Gemini in this case, and I want that to summarize this entire thing, summarize, and send me the response, right? This is what I want to do, and this is the project, right? Only I have said this. But if you see the code right now, is this something that's aligning even a bit with whatever tools I want to use? Do we know what this is? Optionally ingest meta TAF. Do we know
No,
any of this? Do we know any of this? We are using GPT. We are using OpenAI GPT. If we don't have access to AI pipe, which we thankfully do, right? We have access to this, right? Thank God. But the way we will be using this is pretty different from how the code is written. If you just go to GitHub of this doc, if you just go to documentation of this and see, it's completely different. First, you need to export all of this. For someone who doesn't know just these two lines of code, this entire script is practically useless. I hope I'm making sense right now, Karthikeyan, to your question. I'm sorry I had to mute all of you guys, but I wasn't able to proceed with the session. This is the second time that this has happened, right? I'm sorry, but I hope I'm answering your question right now, Karthikeyan, and everyone else who had the same doubt.
Yes sir, let's just concentrate over the project part, because अगर हम अभी आज कुछ भी ना conclude कर
Yes,
पाएंगे ना तो
I want to at least teach you guys how to make something that's, like in hype. Right now, AI based apps are in the hype, right? So this is a great starting point. It's a very basic project that you can build under 30 minutes. All right. So I want to get started with that. All right. So
सर जो अभी अभी हमने जो प्रोजेक्ट में बनाया जो वेदर प्रोजेक्ट, तो उस वेदर प्रोजेक्ट कहाँ पे डिस्प्ले कर रहा है, मतलब हमने अभी इम्प्लीमेंट करा है
we have
HTML?
we haven't made anything right now. It's sad to say, 45 minutes and we haven't made anything right now, but we will. Don't worry. All right. So right now we just know we want to create this, but as we are thinking, see, this is something that we have thought, or we could just ask, instead of making this, instead of asking it to create a report, an entire application for me, I can ask it, okay, so I want to create an application that I want to create an AI weather report summarizer. Currently, what do I know? Okay, what do I know? What do I know, guys? I know this much.
Location.
Location.
Oh,
No, I know this much. I want to use this workflow. Is that correct or not?
Yes sir.
Yeah.
This is if
correct.
even if you look at the TDS project, right? Even if you look at the TDS project, the workflow might not have been given in a really good way because we want you guys to think. See, it's just saying build. What is it saying? Host an API endpoint and see. That's it.
सर आई एम इन वन सेकंड सर प्लीज। जो कर्ल का जो ये दे रखा था, सो व्हाट्स एग्जैक्टली ये कहाँ पे हमें यूज करना है कर्ल का पार्ट?
I think you should check the Friday session. I have told you how we use curl and postman. Postman and curl are basically the same thing. All right.
Okay.
WSL model.
Yeah. So what I want you to guys is see is over here we have just asked the student to build. We haven't told how to build it. Like if you see the MAD 1 project, MAD 2 project, everything is covered in very, very detail, right? About what API endpoints your app should have and all of that. Over here, what we want is we just want an output from your server, right? And in this case as well, I just want to know the weather of Delhi. I just want to know the weather of whatever place you're in, right? And for that, we will be making an app that automates this entire thing. That's it. So right now, what do I know? Okay, so we are using fast API, right? Right now. So I know Python and fast API. This is just context I'm giving. Let's say recraft the prompt in a better way once I'm done writing the entire thing. I want to I want the user to be able to send a post request, right? Post request, or before that, just 1 second. Let me just save this somewhere. Right. I want to ask what are the free weather APIs just 1 second. What are the free weather APIs I can use to build an AI weather report summarizer? All right, so I can ask GPT, right? What are the free uses I can use? So it generated the code for this, right? I was thinking about open weather maps and also if we see there is free plan, and this is for non commercial use, and there's no API key needed as well. All right, so let's try and see which is free, and also does not require any credit cards, right? Require any billing to activate. Okay, so it does require billing, right? So we can just use Open Meteor, right? This was where I went wrong, right? We could have used this, but it is asking for a billing, it says, right? Just for the free tier as well. So we can change the workflow over here, right? We can go back, change the workflow, and instead of this, we can just have Open Meteor, right? So now, given this,
once again, just go back. How did you decided to change that?
because over here I see which is free and also does not require any billing to activate.
Okay, we need free one.
Exactly, yes.
That's why we are switching over from OpenAI to this one, right?
Open Weather Map, sorry, not OpenAI, but Open.
Yeah, open.
All right,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
we
Okay.
can use this as well, but I think these are not free, or these are free, but they I think require credit card billings. So we don't want. If not everyone has a credit card, right? Including me.
Yeah.
Right. So I will be
Yeah.
using this. All right. Open Meteor. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
I want to know. Okay. I know I will be using Open Meteor. Okay. Now to answer the question of what we will be you getting from the LLM, let's ask it itself. What is the okay? Let's ask it over itself. What is the let's say a response model for Open Meteor? So this is the endpoint that we will be hitting, right? And this is the response model that we will be getting. Okay, who was it that asked the question regarding what we will be getting in this over here? Data, tables, and all of that. Who was it?
So let's continue now.
No. Because this is a question that's answered now. That's why. Because this is the output that we will be getting from Open Meteor. Sorry, with the Open Meteor, right? We are getting this from Open Meteor. That's why. And our LLM will be summarizing all of this. That's all I'm trying to say. Is that understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Now, what I want to do is I have this output, right? I have this output. I want this to be summarized. So I can say that this data is in JSON format, right? This data is in JSON format, right? JSON data. I, as you can see, as we are proceeding on and getting knowledge about my project, I'm having more control about how my project output should be. Is that correct or not?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. So that's what I want you guys to understand. Okay. So now from here, let's go ahead and start building this again, right? I have, okay. I want to be able to send a post request. Yes, Karthikeyan.
Can we go to that
This one?
workflow?
Sure.
Here the server is directly this Open Meteor, right? What is the server and what is
Our
open?
server. This is our hosted server, hosted endpoint. Let's
okay, hosted server.
endpoint.
Okay.
Okay, endpoint server. Let's just call it that. Got it?
Okay. Thank you.
So we know this much, right? Now what I want to do is I want the user to be able to send a post request with let's say his location details. Okay, let's say his location details. All right, it will come on to our hosted endpoint server. The location details will once the location details once fetched onto the server will then be used to make an external API call onto Open Meteor, right? From which we receive structured JSON response, right? That response will then be used will then be passed on to Gemini free tier LLM to summarize the entire project. Not project. Sorry, summarize the entire. What is it?
JSON, sir.
Weather report.
JSON.
Yes, weather report. JSON, and the output will be then, and the summarized response will then be sent to the user. Will then be sent to the
Sir,
right. So I hope this
sir,
is what we have discussed up till now. Yes.
ये जो summarize the entire weather report है,
Yes.
इसके बजाय कोई भी प्रोजेक्ट कर सकते हैं ना, जरूरी तो नहीं है ना मतलब वेदर रिपोर्ट ही करना है.
No. ये just I am taking it as a basic standpoint.
कैलकुलेटर भी कर सकते हैं, बेसिक कैलकुलेटर.
Whatever helps you learn, I guess. So I hope this is what we have discussed on up till now, right? Is this what we have discussed on up till now?
Pardon? What are you asking?
Is this whatever we have discussed on? Is this what you feel like what our thinking process was up till now? Is our thinking process clear or not?
Yeah, it is clear. It is clear. The whole
Right?
workflow we have explained.
Yes,
The
sir.
workflow is clear. Now, I want to pass this to it, but without that, right? I want to pass this to Claude. Okay, I don't want GPT to generate the code. I want GPT to generate me a prompt so I can pass it to my coding agent. Is that fine? Craft a prompt to send to a coding agent given the requirements stated below. All right, so let's have a quick discussion over it. So what are the endpoints that we can expect before the code has even been generated, right? What are the components or what are the API endpoints that we are sure of that it will generate? This is what I mean by saying that we can have control over the code, right? That the LLM generates. So over here right now, I am like, let's say I'm having control over the code. So what are the things that I can predict that the LLM will generate? What are the endpoints that I can predict that it will generate? Anyone?
So the points like wind speed, temperature.
No. I'm asking what are the API endpoints?
So it will go hit the mate you.
No. I'm asking what are the
endpoints? What do you mean by API endpoints exactly?
Temperature, humidity, or something like.
No.
What you endpoint is just a a space on the server from where the response comes. Is it?
Just one second.
Am I right?
And just 1 second. Let me start some coding before we send the prompt in, because it's very
आपका क्लिपिंग पता चल जाएगा.
yeah. Just 1 second. I don't want to just send the prompt, because if I just send the prompt now, it will be only me who will be understanding the code. All right. So let's just install some things. Pip install fast API and UBCon and Python multipart. Yeah, all of these are installed from fast API.
Why are you installing all these three? Because this is the tool now required for that creating.
What
Right?
is fast?
This is the requirement. This is the
Yeah, that requirements we need to know. Okay, what requirements are needed for which purpose? Because we are not knowing them. We have learned everything, but we do not know the coordination. Okay, how to correlate the things, the tools.
Yes, Shrikant, please let the session go on, please.
Shrikant, I'm sorry, but if you are not having context of this, please do the GAs again. All right? I'm sorry, but these are all the things that are not new to anyone. Only the project statement is new. I'm not using the paid version
No, this is not new. I'm not telling this is how it is related to our project.
Without installing Fast API, can I use Fast API for our project? What did I install right now? If you just see, what are the things I installed? I installed Fast API, I installed UVCon, and I installed Multipart, Python Multipart. Without Fast API, do you think I will be able to code without using this framework?
श्रीकांत, आई वुड लाइक टू से कि इस TDS जो हमारा डिप्लोमा है, केवल यहाँ पे केवल हमारे को प्रोजेक्ट्स देने हैं, कोई फाइनल अटेम्प्ट केवल 20% का है. केवल आप समझ के जो बता रहे हैं ना उतना समझ लो, बाकी सब आ जाएगा धीरे-धीरे. क्योंकि यहाँ पे आपको कोई मार्क्स नहीं मिल रहे थ्योरी के. You just need to perform projects.
Just 1 second. No. It's a genuine question. That's why I'm attending it. Right? So, Mr. Shrikant.
Yeah.
What I want to explain is,
I know.
Okay, please just let me speak, and then I'll hear you out. Is that fine? Okay.
Yeah.
So, Fast API is a web framework. All right. Python is a language, but with language you need web frameworks as well. Right? Without Fast API, you will not be able to host a server. You will obviously be able to create functions without frameworks, but you will need this framework, or let's say Flask, for example, which is an alternative of it, or Django, which is an entirely different alternative to host servers. All right. I taught you this in the last session. I knew you were in the session, so please, it's the same logic. All right. And this is an endpoint that I created. It's just a basic endpoint, right? Now, what is UVCon?
Yeah.
UVCon is basically an interface from which I can run the server. Without UVCon, I won't be able to run the server. If I just write UVCon app, I will be able to run the server. And if you see, if I go to this, I will be able to see hello world. Is this fine? I have made a server. Is that fine?
Yeah, that's fine. That's I wanted to.
Sir, UB and UVCon, how these two are different?
UV is based on, I think, Rust, and UVCon is, I think, it's not based on Rust. I don't have much idea, but UV is much more faster compared to UVCon.
In the week 1, we have
week 1. All right. So
yeah,
sorry to interrupt.
UB.
That's already taught in week 1. I have my preferences.
Yeah. Then no, why not you use UV?
It's my preference. Personal preference.
Okay.
My laptop actually, let's say, it doesn't function.
That
right? It's a personal preference.
How to decide?
Right. That's up to you.
Okay. Let us proceed. Okay.
So from here, I know a few things, right? I know that I want to create all of this, but before going in, right? Let's say I want to know some things as well before going in, right? I want to create an AI report summarizer, but let's say to optimize all of it, right? I can just create a class, pydantic class as well to, like, let's say, validate whatever is going in or whatever is like not going in, right? So we can make a class for it, right? Weather response class, right? I'm just predicting all of these things as of now. Okay. Just let me install pydantic for now. From pydantic, import base model and class weather report base model. I don't really want this right now. I think let's just location details. I think that's better. Location, class location, city and country. I think this is fine. All right. So I'll be passing in the city with the country name, right? And where will I be passing this? I will be passing this to a function, right? Which is definitely async. I don't need this code. I don't need this code. I don't need this code. I want to fetch weather data. I will be passing this entire location thing, and yeah, so it will be a post request, right? Post weather. So currently, if I just hit this API, right? Just a second. Let's hit this API using Postman, and I want to. I think the server is already restarted, right? I think I have hit reload. Yeah, so reload. So if I just paste this and post weather slash what is the okay, so if I just post okay, we are just simulating it for now, right? I don't really want to do just simulation without an external API call, so let's just do it in curl request. Let's just use curl since someone was asking about curl as well, right? So over here, let's just switch to this GPT models. Test the slash weather. Yes, please just open your mic. I'm not able to see the responses. Weather.
Can we think about all this in the requirement itself? After the workflow, in the workflow itself, can you just detail these kind of thought process there itself and then come to the coding page? Is it
No,
okay?
currently I'm just showing because most of you guys don't even have the idea of a server is an endpoint.
Okay. Okay. But these kind of thought process before coming to the coding, maybe in the workflow, maybe you can further detail out and then get a
Right now,
complete
this is not the workflow. This is not the workflow
yeah.
actually.
This is what I was just.
So I think we have generated some code, right? So this is the curl request that I want to pass on to, right? Let's just see. The country city is Delhi and the country is India, right? So if you just see, this is the thing that I have gotten just from my server that was set up. All right. Does this make some sense? Right now, this is just a
Yes.
server and it is hitting and it is giving me the data that it already has. But my motive is to make this server dynamic, right? This is just it's a hard coded. I don't want this, right? So for that, what I will do is I will have to modify the prompt. I want to be able to send a prompt post request with the user with the location details, right? With the location details. Okay. Now, one thing I don't know is what are the details that I need to pass on to Open Meteor, right? I can have the LLM do it, right? But I want to have more control over what my response will be from this. Let's say a sync fetch weather data. I want to be able to know what I should be sending to the LLM so that I can, let's say, optimize my project. So let's just save this for now, or let's say, yeah, let's just save this in my workflows right now, and let's just go over here and what are the what is the payload? Let's just simply ask what is the payload for Open Meteor. Meteor, spelling mistake. Yeah. So if we see, this is the get example and example JSON. Okay. Okay. So this is the payload that we are getting. right? So what we can do is we can just ask, okay, okay, this is returning a lot of things that I don't want. Okay, I just want to see what parameters and the details should be passed on to open meteor to get the weather JSON report. Okay, it's just asking me latitude and longitude. That's it, right? Everything else is, I think, optional. Yeah, everything else is optional, and I think all of these parameters are to know what. Okay, I can see over here list of hourly variables. I can see how many days I want to fetch the data of. Okay, so I can just pass in latitude and longitude, and to check the temperature, I need to pass this. This is the payload of this. All right, so now that's understood. Okay, yeah. Does anyone have any problem understanding this? Hello?
No, sir, it is okay.
Understood, right?
Yeah.
So this is the endpoint that we will be hitting, and we will be passing on our parameters latitude and longitude and whatever is needed. So right now, I think let's just go ahead with temperature. I think that's fine. Temperature is fine. So what I want to do is I will be, I know Python and I know fast API. I want to send the user details with the location. I want to send the post request with the location details, right? External API onto Open Meteor with the payload, of latitude and longitude sent from the user set. Okay, let's just have the user send this. All right, and what I want is I want to and I just want to know the temperature. Okay, so I just want to know the temperature. I just want to know the temperature. Okay, I don't want to pass it over here. I think I want to pass it over here. Okay, is inside, and I just want to know the temperature and humidity of that particular location, of that humidity of that particular location. All right, so I think this much is fine.
Or
Right?
that day, week, or that month?
Of that particular date. Let's just give it of that particular. Nice observation.
Yeah.
It was also in the payload, right? Of that particular day, right? Or let's say month is fine. Month is also fine, but let's for simplicity keep it day, right? I think we can change our response or this
temperature should be with day only, no?
Yes. So over here, let's just copy paste it. Okay, craft me a prompt to send to a coding agent that given the requirements below, ask any questions if needed.
Coding agent here we define like a Python coding agent or different AI agent you are talking.
You can define GPT as a it's not a coding agent, but let's just you can define this as a coding agent. Anything that can play with your code. Okay, that can make changes to your code. Okay, so
here which one is the coding agent here?
Over here we are using Claude as our coding agent. Even though it is not really an agent, it is a, let's say, agent is something that generates, that actually is able to like make changes on your code base. Claude cannot do that, but I will be using Claude. I'm just taking Claude right now.
Okay.
So do you already have access to Gemini's API key? Okay, I want it to use a placeholder like Gemini API key. Okay, okay, so for one, I want it to use the placeholder Gemini API key, which will be stored in my .env file. All right. So for the first question, it's answered. Second question, it's asking me, should I assume this is let's say running locally or in a hosted environment? I want to run it locally. Run it locally. I can host it later myself. No need to create. No need to dockerize it. No need to dockerize it. Right? Dockerize it. Right? And third is external API integration. Parameters hard coded. Do you want the external hard coded? You configure by environment variables. Okay, so we can just hard code this because that's the only API endpoint that we're hitting. So hard code the API URL. All right, so this is fine. And the fourth is the response format. The fourth is, should the summarizer output be plain text? Today in London, it's 15 degrees Celsius with 60% humidity, or JSON. So the summarizer outputs should be human-like. The summarizer output should be human-like. All right. And the fourth is error handling. Input validation along exist with valid. Okay, I want this as well. This will be done by Pydantic itself. Yes, I want this to be done by Pydantic. Okay. The agent should include the input validation using Pydantic class, and if it fails, if it fails, it should be able to give a descriptive error. All right, so all of these questions are answered. Okay. So it is able to generate me a prompt. It is saying create a fast API server that accepts a post request with location details, validate the incoming data using Pydantic, use this coordinates to call the OpenAI Meteor Open, which temperature and humidity for the current day, receive the structured JSON output from Meteor, pass this JSON to Gemini free tier LLM. We can specify the model as well. I think we could specify it as 1.5, and yeah, I think it has generated a lot of things for us. I don't need all of this. I think this much is fine, right?
One question.
Yes.
How we can like we are sending only location, and now we need latitude and longitude. So we need another API call to get that latitude
Yeah,
and
we could
longitude.
use Bing Maps, or we could use Bing Maps or Azure Maps to do that. But I think that's billing. Billing is required for. So for that, I'm sorry, we will be doing something like, what is the latitude of Delhi? I guess that's something we would do. I think I know that's very disappointing, but this maps actually is taking latitude and longitude. But an alternative would be Bing Maps and Azure Maps, right? But those have what do you call it? Sorry, what was it?
Paid one.
Yeah, credit cards, billing, and all of that required. So for that, we will be needing to, like, let's say, stick to some manual processing. I hope this is not like, let's say, I'm sorry for it, but the entire point is, like, let's say, showing you guys how to, like, let's say, prompt and build. Okay.
Yeah, got it. No.
So this prompt is fine. All right. So I don't want it in this format. Write this in write just this much in .md. All right, so I have this entire thing in an MD file. Now I will just be modifying it a bit. So I don't want this to be. So there are some things that I want to change. All right. So the first thing that I want to change is, I don't want this entire thing as JSON to the client. I want the okay. Oh, sorry. It's actually not JSON. Sorry. Okay. So over here, what I saw was let's see, Gemini's free tier LLM, uh, Gemini 1.5, 1.5 flash. I want to specify this so that I don't want to go and change it by myself. So yeah, I think this much is fine. I'll just go and I'll paste it over here. I'll see this entire thing if it's correct or not. And is there anything that you guys want to add or want to see? Is this prompt clear or not? So just before passing this prompt, I just want to tell you guys at the very beginning, all we had was this. All we had was this. Is this fine?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we spent
We refined,
yes,
we refined our prompt by
yes,
going to that, right?
yes. We refined our prompt and our thinking process as well, and it took nearly like let's say 40 to 45 minutes. If
And
we take
according to our knowledge also, we fed with in the prompt what we know exactly, right?
yes,
Python and API is it right? Okay.
yes. So now what I can do is I can send it, and let's see what is the code that it generates. All right. If it doesn't generate good code, we can just start coding over here as well. Right. So if we see, as you can see, it was able to validate the models. Right. Was it able to? I had mentioned this, right? Validate the incoming data using Pydantic, right? This was the model that it was used, right? This was the one that we had used, right? This is a response model, whereas this is the model that is coming in. Guys, I want you to, okay, I just want to, like, let's say, check this code, okay, this code. First of all,
Slightly enlarge slightly the text so that we can also
okay,
see.
I'll just copy
Yeah.
this into VS Code, okay? So I'll just write uh, demo.py because I don't know if this code is actually good or not. It is probably good because it is generated by Claude, but okay. So first of all, this location request, right? This entire thing, was it a part of our prompt or not? Was this a part of our prompt or not? Our prompt
Yes.
was this, right? Validate the incoming data, correct?
Yeah, it was.
Yes. And if we go over here, this is for the response, okay? The summary, the latitude, longitude, this is for summary. Once the response is generated, this is for that, right? And as we can see, our hard-coded URL is also there, right? This is not really recommended, but it is only one thing that this is a static URL over here, not static URL. Sorry, this is not something we'll be changing again and again. So we have just created this, right? Once we have received, if you can see, this entire function is generated, right? And it is hitting the URL endpoint. Let's just see. Yeah, if you see, it is hitting the URL endpoint. It is passing this entire thing. Are you seeing this, guys? How it is hitting the external API? This part is important. This function is important, guys.
Open Meteor URL is the API, right?
Over here, if you see, this entire thing is getting hit, and these are the parameters that it is being passed on with.
Parameters
So
are parameters.
this is how you hit the API in fast API.
Yes. No. This is not fast API. This is our external API call. This is an external API call. External API call.
No, I mean, how did you get like HTTPX async client like?
Yeah. How it is working? How it is? This code is working.
Okay, so all of these code. Okay, so async. What does async mean? I have already explained in my Friday session as well, right?
Yeah, async await function, na?
Yes.
Yeah.
But sir, like जैसे we use what do you say fetch API and all these Axios are there in JavaScript. Okay, so here like what you are using, that's the main problem.
Okay, one question before you go. Since you mentioned Axios, what is
Yeah.
Axios? What does Axios do?
That this fetching this data and all from the API.
Are you sure?
Yeah, like we are using it as an alternative fetch.
We are hitting from the front end to the back end. And what is Axios doing? It's front end. It's a front end framework now tool.
In JavaScript.
It's a front end framework. You are confusing it with that. Okay. So what does this tool line do is, okay, it just provides asynchronous. What is this? Provides this. Yeah, basically this. So what does async mean? I had explained it in my previous session as well. I'll just explain it again as well, right?
Yeah,
So,
I know that, but the problem is when I try to solve this problem, okay, how do I get to know that HTTPX client this I have to use like?
okay.
Are you getting from website or this format?
Just
That's a problem.
this is a function, right? Inside a function, right? This is an function inside API, sorry. So how do you know when to use this? That's a question, right?
I know whenever I am fetching the API, then I will have to use it. But like this, like from where you're getting this syntax format and syntax format?
Viral, we just have taken.
Hello.
Yes, you're audible.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm asking. Like, is this a part of Fast API or like whatever?
Yes, this is a part of Fast API. If it wouldn't be a part of Fast API, it wouldn't be here.
Okay.
Got it?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay. Now from here, what we are getting is we are getting the weather data, right? If you see, it is getting the weather data as response, and it is able to generate it. I can just print the statements as well.
Print statement. So what it is giving?
Just response. Okay, I just want to print the entire thing. All right, and over here it's going here. It's taking it from Gemini. The summary is being hit, right? If you see the, I think at the bottom it will be mentioned. Not mentioned, but yeah. See over here.
Gemini is accepting the response.
Just see over this. See this. Step 1. What are we doing? Right? We are using this function fetch weather data, right, to get our weather, right? Just the JSON weather. And what we are doing with that JSON weather data is we are passing it to Gemini, and we are getting the summary of it, and that summary is what we are returning. That's it. Is this understood? Just two APIs that we have made. Is this understood?
Yeah.
Right. Now let's see what else it has generated. Okay, so it has given the entire thing as well, right? We can use this, but yeah, we can use this, but now I don't want to use plot. Instead, I want to use let's say what is this Copilot. Why? I'll show you that in a while. I use this same way in I guess for Friday session as well. I'll be doing the same. I'll be following the same thing over here as well. So what I will do now is I will just clear all of this. I will be installing. I think I need HTTPS px. Sorry, HTTPX. I will be requiring .env. What else do I need? I think Python.env. Sorry, I think it's the same thing, right? Yeah, I need these three things. So once this is done, okay, I forgot to install HTTPX, right? I'll be installing these three, and okay, one thing I need to do is I want to go to Gemini AI Studio and get the Gemini API key, Gemini AI Studio. aistudio.google.com. I'll go here. I will get the API key from here. I won't be able to do it as a student, mind it. Okay, I won't be able to do, let's say, use Gemini things for students. I guess it's not actually given. The access is not actually given, so I have to read it from here. I can just
what is it you're trying to say? Why student ID we will not be able to use?
Student ID does not work well with AI Google Studio, so just use your personal AI.
So we should use our own Gmail, is it?
So I'll copy the API key from here, right? And I'll create a .env from here, .env file from here. I'll just paste it over here, and then I'll just write Gemini API key. right? The entire thing is created. Okay, what was there else? Okay, so once that's done, we can just actually just use it this way, right? So let's just try starting up the server, Python app.py. Okay, what is the error that I'm facing? Okay, so you should migrate to Python.
Line 14 in.
Yeah, the error is because of Pydantic. I have to use a specific version for it. Pydantic, what is it? Pydantic v1 style are deprecated. You should migrate to Python. Okay, so what I can do is I can just see which version I should have used. So if I get to Python, so instead of validator, I can just at the rate validator, I can just use field validator, I guess, right? Wherever it is. Is there anywhere else? No, I guess not. So I'll just try to run it again. Field validator is not defined because I haven't imported it, right? I haven't imported it. That's why it's not valid. Now it should work. Yes, it works now. So the entire thing is running, and let's just try sending this given whatever it has given, right, as our test URL. So it is hosted on 8000, and the API endpoint that we must hit is, yeah, with a summary. This is the API endpoint that we are hitting. Let's send it. It's coming here, but it is not able to generate. Why? Because okay, so the error is because failed to generate right flash. Okay, what is this error? Let me just ask GPT this. What is the error? What does this error mean? Okay, so it came over here, and that's weird. Okay, I'll just ask.
Have you generated this API key again today?
No, it was just over there, and I haven't used it. That's why I haven't really used it, and it's not because of the API key, I guess.
If you could paste little more info from the terminal to ChatGPT, that would be better, I guess.
That's true, but over here, right? I don't think so. All of this was already solved, right? The entire thing is working, and this is all that I have done, now. So I
Okay,
just
got it.
pass this to Copilot. Oh, sorry, not Copilot. Sorry, this Claude, since it was the one that generated the code for it. So, what does this error mean? Okay, what does this error mean? Is it because of the model? That's what we need to check.
I think so. It's because of
Yeah,
model
I
name.
think because of the model. Okay, it's asking us to. Okay, so it's because of that. So I think it just did all the changes.
Why because of that?
It was because of the model.
Gemini.
Yeah, it was because of the model. I think I can change it directly from here as well. I don't need to, let's say, copy this. Gemini AI summary, it just changed this entire thing. What did it change? It changed Flash latest, I guess, right? Flash hyphen latest. I think that was all it changed. Yeah, that's all it changed. Let's just rerun it now, and I think now it should work. Okay, it's not able to find the model, is it?
Sir, have you saved a file?
Yeah, I've saved the file and I've redone the entire thing as
Can you
well.
confirm the same model from the website itself, Gemini website?
Yeah, I think I should do that, right?
Yeah.
So let's just go to Gemini, Google AI Studio.
In docs, we're gonna find that like
Where is it?
sidebar is yeah.
Over here, documentation.
So the model we are using, you have to match with the same name. If
Yeah, the names must be the same.
yeah.
2.5 Flash. This is the entire thing that's being hit. We are using it on Python. So let's just use a client, I guess, right? We should use, I think, Gemini,
Yeah.
Google client instead. So instead of this, I think let's just ask Claude, instead of this, use Google client. And what are the models that's being used? 2.5 Flash is also there, and I think 2.5 Flash is fine. I think I don't really know if they have deprecated the models and use 2.5 Flash for it. Okay, just 1 second. I think Gemini API, okay, it's here, and it has gotten it from the environment. It's not a problem, and let's just ask to rewrite the code and use Gemini Google generative AI client. I have to install this again, right? It won't do much changes with the code. Instead of like this, right? Instead of whatever this was over here, yeah. Instead of this, it will like have a client basically. Like if you see the documentation, yeah, it will be in this format. All right. So the current content that will be passed on will be our JSON response and the system prompt. There will be something called a system prompt that will basically tell this API to generate a response of it. Just let's see how what's the code that it was generated. What is the code that it generated? Okay, Gemini summary. Google API is hit. We are giving the data and based on it, yes. You see, this is the prompt that we are passing it inside, and it used Gemini 2.5. But why is it 2.0 Flash EXP? We'll have to check with that once. And
It's not updated. LLM is not updated. That's the problem.
yeah, I think that's because of that, right? So I'll just copy it, paste it. I think everything else is unchanged, I guess. Yeah, unchanged. Entire thing is unchanged, right? I can just copy this. I'll just copy this. Yeah, again the same error. Why? Because it has deprecated the entire thing, right? Field. The field, instead of field, we want, what was it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Why are we using this? Okay, over here, validator. We need field validator actually, not just this validator and field. We'll just see where it's used next. Not over here. We are
Yeah.
used it here, and I think that's it. Now only two places. We changed it the same places earlier as well. So now it works. And now if we just try to send this API now, I hope, let's see the terminal. Not running in GCP, and why do we need GCP? Okay. So as you can see, the response has been generated, right? And I don't think it has been hitting anything else other than that. So let's just try with Delhi. Okay. So what is the latitude and longitude of Delhi? Latitude. Okay. Let's just, instead of this, let's just ask our agent to create test cases in a .sh file for cities like Delhi. Let's have Delhi, Mumbai, Hyderabad, Chennai, and Amritsar. All right. Store them. All right. So here for this project. All right. So it already knows the context of this project because we are giving the entire code base. Right. So
.sh. Do we need the .sh?
Yes.
.sh.
Yes. We'll be doing it in a .sh file. Bash file.
It is a bash file.
Yes. So over here, what I can do is one thing that's very important is this line right here, prompt. All right. This prompt is very important because based on it, your LLM will rephrase the entire thing. Okay. If I ask it based on the following data, human like summary response to what sentences, if I ask it to, let's say, following weather data, generate me a poem about today's weather, right? What is wrong? Okay. I can ask it to do it, and trust me, it will do something similar to that. If I just rerun the server and pass the same request again, right? Right. If you can see my screen, I'm passing the same request again, and if you see, the summary is the sun shines warm, a blamy sky, 22 degrees, a happy place, the air is mild, a gentle breeze with humidity, right? Are you guys seeing this or not? For anyone who is new to generative AI, is this making sense about what just one line of my text changed? Hello, are you guys able
Yeah,
to
yeah.
understand this or
Yeah.
not? Right? Just
Yeah.
one line of prompting. This is what is like the new thing that's going on. It's not anymore the future. It is what's going on. This is called prompt engineering. This basic thing is like the prompt engineering inside your application once you have started building it. And trust me, this is very important. Why? Because this is where your, let's say, prompt usage, right, goes. How based on this, right? Based on this, you can optimize your prompt usage and your LLM response. So one thing with LLMs is you can never actually, let's say, predict what is this. I don't want it. Okay. So one thing with LLMs is you can never actually predict what they generate. But what thing you can do is you can, let's say, have them act a certain way. And this is what this entire thing is doing. It is helping us generate the entire thing in a certain way. All right. So I think this script is created now. Let's see it over here. Dot test dot sh test dot sh. Sorry. Right. So let's see what the script is. Okay. Chennai.
No, we have to create the file, the text.sh file to accept the response from the prompt. Is it?
Yeah, I just created it with Copilot. So why did I use Copilot for this? Because I don't want to, like, let's say, write everything in Postman one by one. Like go to let's say my browser, search for like what is the latitude of Chennai, longitude of Chennai, and like we said. Whereas when the entire LLM has the context of it, right?
It has access
Yeah,
to
yeah.
all the codes.
It already has access to it. So why would I do it from here? That's the point of using the Copilot for creating this SH script. Okay. So what I can do is I can just test the script, right? It's I think AI report and ls chmod plus x test bash script. I can just test it. Server is running, making the request. Okay, so we can see one by one the requests are going in, right? One by one, I can see that it's 200 on my server, right? Okay, two of them weren't able to be processed. Why? Because they were invalid. Okay, see. So if I just see this responses, the first was Delhi, right? And yes, it was able to generate a poem based on my JSON response, as you can see, right? Okay, here's a poem based on your okay. So it starts from here, right? Second is Mumbai, and according to Mumbai's report, it's shining hot and bright today, 27.6 degrees. That's right, and okay, whatever this is, and there's Hyderabad. Okay, so today it was pretty hot over here, and yes, it has generated a poem based on it, and then there is Chennai again. It's passing for all, but it also
For all the cities what we posted in that, right? Yes.
also it
Query.
generated some extra things, and that was with invalid coordinates.
Yeah.
Yes, so with invalid coordinates, as you can see, it failed, right? It was not able to process these contents because they did not have valid coordinates, right?
Coordinates. Yeah, yeah.
So error handling tests are also complete. So everything is completed of this application, and now you know, right, what your application does. So instead of like, let's make it again. Let's just uh, based on this generate me a two-liner summary. Right, I think this is fine. Just let's just restart the server and see if it's the changes are working or not. Delhi, everything is there. See. See, it's able to generate, right? One thing that I want to show would be print response. I want to show you guys what the response also looks like. So let's just see. I don't want to pass the entire thing. I'll just pass this. Print it over here. Okay, why was it not printed?
Print should be after response, na? After return, print statement.
Yeah, because until then we don't have any. Okay, so as you can see, the response is now been printed, and this was the response that was generated once this was hit. Okay, so this is an example over here. Okay, so from here we got this, right? Let's just print this entire thing and example. Set it in. Yes, please just unmute and speak. Example response. Got it? And we are passing this entire thing to the LLM. This is what is passed to the LLM. Got it? This is passed to the LLM. Is this understood, guys? This entire thing is what we are getting, right? And this is what we are passing. All right. So once that's done, I think everyone up till here, this is where week 1 and week 3 came into play. Okay. Now we are going to move ahead with week 2 now. We'll be using week 2 for deployment. Okay, is everything clear up till here or not? Karthike, sorry, Karthik. Karthikeyan. In the
One
beginning,
question.
yes.
I have a
Just one second. I have one question to you before you question me. Okay. Before we started, let's say asking GPT, right? You said we can have control over the code once it generates the code as well, right? We can ask it. But what was that a better way, or was this a better way? In your opinion, what is your opinion based on this session? Is it better to, like, let's say, ask LLM again and again, or let's say iteratively we can just gain knowledge, refine our prompt, refine our workflow, refine our understanding of our project or problem statement, and then ask it to generate code on basis of that, so that we
Yeah,
know.
what you did is perfect because this clear requirement will be already if it is there, then the more effective way of generating code is the best approach. Okay, that's I agree with you because the controlling the code means you give the direction to the LLM so that it gives what you want. That's the kind of control you want. I understood it completely differently when I asked that question. I
Exactly.
agree.
That's perfectly fine, Karthik. So with this
And
project,
I have a question because we faced a problem here
uh-huh,
in
uh-huh,
between and then we corrected that only that portion. If you can just highlight what was the problem, maybe you don't have to show it all in the screen, but you can briefly explain what was the problem and what was the fix.
okay. So for this one, right? This Gemini.
This Gemini, we faced a problem.
Yes, because it was having an issue with the URL, if you see. So we needed a specific client, okay? We needed a specific version identifier. So what happens with that is there is deprecations in models, okay? So last time during project, there was a problem that all of the students went through. I was a student last term for this course. So people who have,
This question I specifically asked because we are trying to control everything,
yes, we are
but
that's what,
even with such a control, we face such small issues.
yes.
How
This
to
was
how to yeah. This is
this was
the main
because,
reason I asked.
okay. The reason is because over here there is a different link given over here, okay? Where is it? I think it should be over. Yeah, this is the link that's given, right? But Claude does not have access to that yet because this gets changed, okay, according to whatever Google feels like, okay? And models get deprecated as well. Sometimes the response input output tokens get changed. So that's why we switch to something that is much more simpler, and that's just the Python client for it. This entire thing on REST is equivalent to this on Python. So we just changed to this. It's a framework again from Google for Python's Google Gen AI projects. Is this understood?
Yeah, I understand. This should be a part of our control before we
Yes. So
do the.
I'll show you one thing. This entire thing, right? I've copied it. Okay. I have to, like, let's say, just one thing. I have to do one thing before I execute this. I just have to export Gemini key. Uh, Now I'll be able to hit this. All right. So this entire thing is based on, like, let's say, bash curl. It's a curl request, right? But we are using it in Python. So in the beginning, what we did was we just tried to write this in Python itself without using this client. All right. Is this understood? But afterwards, what we did was we were facing an error with this base URL thing. Got it? So we just switched over to the Python client.
Right.
Yes, got it. So I don't know why we are not able to, like, get it. Okay, it's able.
Wherever interfaces are there, we should be
Yes,
more specifically before writing this prompt. We need to check all the interfaces from app to the LLM back to app,
yes,
app to again GitHub. Wherever those interface, we need to see these things and then ask for the
yes.
code.
in this thing, I can do one more modification. I could have done one more modification over here in this prompt. Pass this JSON, all right, to Gemini. Use Python, or you can just say we can use Google Client for it. Use Google Client, or you can just specify it as client.
Working one, I would say.
Yeah, you can,
Something which
not
works.
not working. No, that won't work. Why? Why? Just ask me the question. Why? Because LLMs, they don't generate wrong things. Okay, most of the times for this person, for this LLM, this code, whatever it has generated is right, because when the at the time of its, like, let's say whatever the data it generated, whatever the data it got fed, this was the correct URL. Got it?
Yeah.
It's understood. So that's why
because it was generated in real time. That's why it is correct, right?
yes. Now we are just switched over to client. That's much more convenient as well, and that gives us control over the code. And also one thing we can do is this prompt, right? Most of the times, like so, for example, I'm working right now in text to video project in my like, let's say, internship, right, in a company. So we have a lot of things that goes on with prompting and all of that. So we have this entire thing, this entire file called prompts.py, and there's like at least, like, let's say, 7 to
What
1000
mean to
lines.
say the prompt?
Yes.
What do you mean to say? The most important thing
Mhm.
is the prompt. What prompt you are giving, that
Yes.
the LLM will give you the result according to that. So that will ease our creation of this code. Is it?
Yes, and also it helps us in a big project, right? It is a place where you can optimize your prompt usage or your tokens, prompt token usage. So what does prompt token usage ultimately mean? It means money.
Pardon. The money means where money is involved.
Right now we are using free tier APIs, and also
Okay.
AI pipe, right? AI pipe,
The free, right?
right? This is not see. If I log in with my student account, right, I think it'll just show me 7 days, but okay, 100 cents, right? But I have to use this carefully. Got it?
How does it? I gone on there, but I'm not able to understand how
You have to read this
carefully.
documentation. You have to read this documentation actually for it.
Documentation of with this AI pipe.
Yeah, you have to read this
Okay.
documentation.
Okay.
No, this prompt by itself can be generated using LLM and then prompt
Modify
it.
it according to you. You have to modify it according to you. You have to, yes, you will be using an LLM to generate this as well, but you can modify it according to your usage, right? Right. For example, what it had generated me was generate me a 2 to 3 line, right? It was something like this, right? But I can modify it accordingly to my own
No,
needs.
I'm not this one. I'm asking about the first prompt
For
to
first prompt, okay.
generate the code.
Yeah, got it. So it
So
was
let us give the LLM because it wants the best. It
this
it
one, right?
responds well with for a best prompt. Let
This
us
one.
generate the prompt itself. Let it generate the prompt for itself.
Yes, this was the prompt we were talking about, right?
Yeah, this big
Yeah.
one. Yeah, which
So
this
this
generated the code, the app code. Yeah.
yes, generated code. Okay, sure. So it was over here. So what happened was I had given it an entirety of this, right? Explained what I want, right?
Yeah.
Yes, but it generated me a lot of things, as you can see. It first of all, what I asked it was ask any questions if needed before proceeding, right? I gave me a lot of questions. I answered all of them because I know what I want to do, right? I will do my own research to answer these questions as well. I can ask this LLM over here itself what why I if I want it or not. Got it? And then once it's answered, it
So,
will
so you mean to say this is an iterative process so that the prompt by itself getting refined
yes,
before going for
before
the
setting it to a coding agent
with the
itself.
coding agent.
But
Okay.
before that, right? If you see this entire thing, right? I don't need this entire thing at all. Do I need this entire thing? No, I just need this, right? Why should I send all of this? Why should I send all of this? I don't need to be that specific, right? I can just, if my entire prompt is being encapsulated by just this much, Why do I need all of this? That's what, if you haven't seen, let's say, I think GA3 is live, right?
We did not even finish GA2.
No, that's
we have not.
I saw just
We have not.
just 1 second before you guys start with your
Not live.
yes.
Sir, I have one question on this. What you taught now?
Just 1 second.
You asked the.
Let me
Yeah.
complete.
Okay.
Let me complete. This prompting is what GA3 is all about. Got it? GA3 is mostly about prompting only. Is this understood?
Pardon? Once again, what you told?
GA3 is mostly about prompting. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Okay, if you see,
Okay.
it's mostly about prompting and how you can use AI agents to generate the code that you want and have control over. Got it? Okay, so please move on with your question.
Okay, so you asked that question last time, like previously, what is the end point of the API, correct? API endpoint. So I answered it saying that it is maybe temperature, wind speed, or something, but you mentioned it is not. So
Yes,
what is the answer of that?
okay, got it. So I'll answer it. So this is your API endpoint. Okay, so let me just, if you just see, this is your API endpoint that we are hitting. And if you see my, just 1 second, let me open my terminal. See, this is the API endpoint that I'm hitting. Okay, it's hosted on my local server, right? It's hosted on my local server, and the endpoint is weather summary. This is where it's hitting. Got it?
So that is nothing but one URL. Endpoint is nothing but one URL. It is not
URL,
like
yes.
a SIM.
No. Now,
Okay.
from here, what I want you to understand more is, if you see what this API is doing is, it is just hitting other endpoints now. It is hitting the fetch weather data URL. It's not a URL, sorry, it's a function, and it is getting the let's say responses from those functions. Is this understood? What this URL is doing? And if I just go to this URL from get request, it will just show me this. Got it?
Yes.
Why? Because I have, it has written this over here. Got it? We can only use post method, and this is an example what we are sending. Got it?
So yeah, so if I map it to our current project 1, so this is something what we are expecting, like what the project 1 is expecting, we should give as a endpoint URL.
Exactly. Yes. So for project 1 as well, right? There is an entire page given for it. It's such a huge page, right? It's such a huge page, right? But what you need to do is you need to understand what the project wants you to build. This is not something that like it's a, let's say, what is this? It is an evaluation script, right? These are evaluation scripts, right? But what we need to do is we need to build the project first. So for that, you cannot just, like, let's say, copy this entire thing and tell GPT to, like, let's say, write your code for it, right? You cannot just copy paste the entire thing and tell GPT to create an entire code for it. But what you can ask GPT is, this is a problem statement, this is a project statement, and based on this, I want you to give me what the workflow is. What does this project want me to do? What does this project expect me as a student? It will generate you an entire page again, right? It will generate you an entire page. You have to sit down and see what the workflow is. I don't know if you have attended Friday's session or not, but if you haven't, please attend it. There, Carlton has, in the first half of the session, explained very clearly what the project statement is, what the problem statement is. And yesterday, Jivraj had actually had also made somewhat of a, let's say, scramble of it. All right, so that's one thing. All right, Kartike, I hope you were. I hope you had a nice time in the session. All right, so next, what I want to do is I want to just show you guys basic render deployment of it. Over here, up till now, was this session good for you or not? Was this session helpful for you or not? Up till here, because this was major chunk.
One suggestion.
Yes.
If you can push this code to the your Git repo, it will be
Sure,
very
I'll
useful.
push this code. Don't worry about that. Right. From others as well, I want to know if this session was helpful or not from your own perspective. Whether you are a
You're
professional.
very helpful.
Very helpful.
It is very
Right?
helpful to
Amazing.
understand. It is very helpful to
Okay.
understand the things, how it is working. The prompt importance of the prompt is more. We have to create the prompt.
Srikanth, that's where I will interrupt you. It is your
Yeah.
thinking process which is the most important. These
That
are
will create the prompt. That will create the
that
prompt.
will
You are
create the
thinking.
prompt. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
These are just tools. Python is
Yeah.
also a tool at the end. If you see, it's a frame. It's a language. It's a coding language. It's just a tool for us to automate things.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
As things goes on, tools will evolve. Tools will obviously, make our work easier, reduce our workload. But most important thing is our thinking process, right? So what I'll do is I'll just keep all of this. I will just keep the prompt as well. I don't want to push out everything. I'll just create a GitHub repo first. Let me just remove a lot.
First you create the git init, git ignore, and put that env file in that, so that
Sure,
API key won't be shared.
okay, I'll just ask GPT to do it as well. I can do it over my own. Yeah, I'll just okay. So one thing you can do is you can ask GPT to do like git ignore files as well if you give the code base. If you have like a really huge git code base, dot git ignore. What do I need?
Env file.
Env file. I need an env file and I need a vnv as well. I can just bycache. I'll just that's fine. So let's just create a new repository and name it as AI weather report summarizer. I can just give the description later, right? So we can honestly just copy paste this entire thing as well, but I don't want to do that because I have to add everything, git add and yeah, git add all, git status. Let's see. Yeah, all of these things are there, right? So I'll just copy paste this entire line now. I don't need anything else. Yeah, the entire thing is done, right? It's created, right? App. All I need is this. All of these things. Now let's go on render, right? And let's teach you guys how to deploy on render, right? So I will just sign in with GitHub. I will just create a new project, web service. I will just select this one and it's on my main branch. Pip install requirements. I don't need this. And start command was uvcon app, and I think the port must be 1000. Yeah, and I think it wasn't main, it was app. And I will just host it on this. And yeah, for port, I think you have to keep it 10,000. That's for render. I'll just keep it for free, and the name of my variable was.
This port is of uvcon 10,000.
Yeah, this is no. This is the start command. This is the start command. See.
And port is for
It's 10,000. Port is 10,000 default for render. I think in Friday's session you had asked the same question as well for what was it? Hugging faces, and for hugging faces,
yeah.
0, right? For
it was
render,
different.
it
It was
for
every this URL have its own this port.
Yes,
No?
it's different for everyone.
We have to remember it, right?
Yes, you need to remember. Not remember. You can just ask GPT or
yeah,
Google.
that is okay. Yeah, okay.
You can just Google
We
it.
have to manually. We have to enter that. Okay.
I hope, yeah, I think it wasn't able to Okay, one problem is I did not create a requirements txt file for it. Sorry. Pip, please, yeah. I'll just send this entire thing into requirements.txt. I did not push it. Requirements.txt. I'll just close this. I don't need this anymore. Requirements. Is the spelling correct? Requirements.txt. It's correct. Git add iq git push or git commit actually. Sorry. Git commit added requirements added req file git push origin main. Yeah, I think it should be able to do it now. Is it committed over here? Yep, it's committed, and let's just deploy the latest commit. Confirm, and let's see if we do. If hopefully we don't have the same. It won't be the same error, but it might be a different error, which I'm not really worried much about. So. So I hope this was the. I hope it was the this commit. Let's just check if it. So this commit. Yeah, 641 is. It's on the correct commit. Yeah. Yeah, it's still on how it is helping us build a project, or let's say fasten our work in building a project. Anyone?
Sorry.
Sir, can you share your GitHub link in the chat?
What is it?
I have one question.
Yes.
See, for the project one, we have the requirement like we need to deploy it. That's fine, and also we don't know when we are going to test it. So when I'm doing it on my laptop, and if I close this terminal, the deployment will vanish. Like then I rerun that. But
No,
when
no,
you are doing it online,
you
like
have.
a renderer,
Yeah.
yeah, then how it will make sure that it is running for that many days. So
It's always
while testing.
it's always running actually. If you see my render, I think my project one and project two of last term, which I was as a student, yeah, it's still running. The
Okay.
project one is still running if you see, and the front end for it is also I think still working. If I write TDS, yeah, this was the project one of last term, so it's still running. The back end is running over here. I made a front end for it as well, so it's running over here. So it's always going
Okay.
to be running. Okay, so now it's running, but yeah, it just checked if it, yeah. So available at a primary URL. This is the URL. Now let's just test it in my file. Let's just use my test URL. Okay, the script. I'll just paste my. Okay, what did it paste? It pasted a lot of things I don't want. Okay, I'll just get it from here and I'll just paste it. Now, if I run this dot test file, check if the server is running at restart the server. Okay, why is it not able to generate? Is the endpoint
So
match?
are we going to solve the GA2 also like?
No. This is not for GA2. This is for just project based on your GAs up till now. Why is it not running? Check if the server is. It's actually running, but uh,
Sir, are you cover the uploading part today's session or next
like
session?
I have already uploaded this entire thing
Okay,
on
okay,
my GitHub,
okay.
and right now I'm just trying to deploy and show it to you guys how we expect you guys to like submit the URL. Just 1 second. I'm seeing what the error is. I don't want this. The entire thing is deployed and I can view it over here as well. So what is the problem? Mm, mm, mm. Okay. Okay, so I do not really want that. Mm, 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 mm. Okay, I think I have found the problem. Server is not running on render. Well, that's weird. Just 1 second. Okay, let me just test it on this instead. Yes, as you can see, it's working. And if you see over here in my logs, right, you will be able to see that it was able to generate this. I don't know why my test bash script wasn't working, but if you see in this terminal, given the
also explain such type of problems we will like to know, because when we face now we get stuck there.
Sorry, what is it, Shrikant?
Whenever you face such type of problem in the session also, just go to in depth and explain us also, so that we will also stuck there. Such time we will at that time we will not be able to do that. So if any problems comes, just explain why this problem came and how it was resolved.
Yeah, now it's working because there was a slash that I was entering over here. That's why it was like
just one in one line explanation we will be getting that. Okay.
Yeah, but
okay.
Now you have understood, right? So let's say if I had given you this project, right, what would you be submitting? Right, you would be submitting
this URL only.
This with this endpoint. So
endpoint,
you would be submitting this endpoint. So you would be submitting this endpoint. Let's just say if it was a project. Okay, let's just write endpoint. Okay, endpoint URL for now. Endpoint URL. Right? I don't think I can just go back on this changes and no, I don't want this. I'll just endpoint URL is this. So this is something you would be submitting. Submission URL example. URL example. Right. So this is an example of the submission URL. I don't want this to be on Markdown. Let's just have it to be txt file. Right. And
so you deployed on renderer, that's why it's showing renderer. So if someone do it on another, so there will be another.
It's on their own endpoint, it would be, right? So this is one example, and this is what you would be submitting. Got it? So the entire thing is available over here, and if you see my GitHub, I think it will show you that it has been pushed as well, but also deployed. Is it not showing me? It should show somewhere over here, I would say. But yeah, so that was it, I guess.
So are you sharing it in the portal?
Sorry.
So you are sharing the GitHub link on the dashboard.
Already shared.
Just share it. Okay, I'll just share it over here again. So this is the GitHub link. I don't think you will benefit much from looking at my code base now. I think the main, like, let's say, point of the session was explaining you how to build a project using AI tools. Right? I don't think I did a lot of coding on this session, like a lot of hard.
How did you confirm the GitHub that it is deployed?
I just it's over here. I can access it, right? And secondly, I just had I sent a curl request over here. I sent a curl request. If you see, I can just send the curl request again.
Yeah.
Right, and it will show me And I also have a test script, bash script, where I have changed. Okay, I have to copy paste this again, and I have to just change the URL endpoints over here, and I'll be able to get it. Okay, so I confirmed it. Got it. So it passed all the test cases.
And on the GitHub, is it indicated that it is deployed? Our code is deployed.
It should actually indicate, but I don't think.
No.
I don't think it will. But let's say, for example, I can give you, like, I think for Vercel, I think it does give.
Yeah, Vercel has that small button where you can.
Vercel has, I think, where was I think one of the projects that I deployed was, I think this was a project that is deployed on Vercel. No, it's not deployed, is it? Yes, I think this one is deployed. Yes, I think this one is deployed. No, I think Vercel. I deployed it in Vercel. I think I stopped the deployment, but I think this one. No, this one isn't deployed, I guess. Yeah, it's deployed. Okay, it's deployed on Google Pages. You'll have something like this that shows up.
Where it is? In the.
Yeah, it shows up over here, right? But I don't know why it's. I don't think for render it will show. I guess because might not have connected. I don't know why it's not showing, but usually it shows up. But as long as you're able to hit the endpoint and get a response like
You are switching so fast, sir. We are not getting where it is. This one deployed in which page? This is generator for the project PPT generator. Okay.
This is a different project, but I'm just showing you because in mine, it's not showing, right? But the main way to verify is just hitting the URL endpoint.
Oh, that is the practical, yeah. But I just wanted to know because I was searching. Okay.
Okay. So I'll stop the recording now. I hope this session was helpful for all of you.
Yeah, it is very helpful, sir. We understand it.